Hi, welcome to Move With Kirty, Pilates morning flow class. Today's going to be a short Pilates practice that will sort of go a 360 workout. Please excuse my voice, I'm losing it, but please don't let that put you off from today's class. Okay, so make your way to a comfortable seated position. And just root down into the mat for me. And as you're rooting down into the mat, extend the crown of your head up towards the ceiling. Release your shoulders away from your ears. And then place both hands onto your rib cage. From here, I'd like you to take an inhale through your nose. Allow your breath to expand into your belly, into your rib cage, your lungs. And as you exhale, take your belly button to your spine and your rib cage towards your hips. Feel free to close your eyes. Inhaling. And exhale. And I always like to start all my classes off with a bit of breath work. Just allows you to ground down and just connect with yourself, checking in on how you're feeling today, how you're doing, internally and externally. Inhaling and exhale. As you inhale, allow your breath to fully expand into your belly, into your rib cage, into your lungs, creating space. And as you exhale, take your belly button to your spine, rib cage towards your hips, engaging and connecting to your muscles. Inhale to open. Exhale to engage. Just do a few more rounds of this. Just start to become aware of any sensations you're feeling. Any niggles, any stresses. And just throughout class, become aware of how you're feeling. And if anything starts to feel too much, feel free to take a break or even modify. Allow yourself to connect. And just be aware and be mindful of the fact that this is about you and only you, and you do what you can. Push yourself to a point where it works for you and rest when required. If your eyes are closed, slowly open your eyes for me. And then take an inhale, raise your arms all the way up towards the ceiling. Really reach up, pushing down into your mat. At the same time, lengthening up. And as you exhale, take your right hand down by your side and reach your left arm over, coming into a lateral flexion. Inhale, reach all the way back up, and then exhale, twist toward, stretch towards the left for me, not twist, we're not twisting just yet. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, stretch to the right. Inhale, reach all the way up, and then take it to the left. This time, inhale, reach up, and exhale, twist to the right for me. Take your right hand behind you, left hand to the outside of your right knee. Lengthen your spine and maybe exhale, twist a little bit more to your right. Really releasing your spine. And then from here, staying in this slight little twist, take your right hand up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, take your right hand to your left knee and your chest will rotate to the front. Inhale, reach your arm all the way back up, and exhale, take it behind you. Inhale, reach up. And then exhale. Right hand to left knee. One more. Reach all the way back up. Place your hand behind. And then inhale, reach up. And then this time, exhale, take your hand to your left knee and hold it there for me. And then sort of push your chest into your back and round your spine. You might release some sort of a stretch between your shoulder blades and tightness that might be residing there. And then from here, wrap your arms around you, lengthen your spine and give yourself a hug. Let's take it to the other side. Release both arms all the way up and then twist to the left for me. Take your left hand behind you, right hand to the outside of your knee. Lengthen and twist that little bit more. And then inhale, reach your left arm all the way up towards the ceiling and then tap your right knee with your left hand. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, take your hand behind. Inhale, reach all the way up again and exhale, tap. Inhale, lift and lengthen and exhale, twist. Last one, reach up. Take your left hand to your right knee, hold it here. Round your spine. Notice the difference that you might be feeling between your left and your right. And just breathe into your space. Try not to let your right and left compete with each other. Work with those differences and not against it. And then when you're ready, lengthen your spine and give yourself a hug. I've got my little chin notes there. And then from here, make your way to all fours. For me, bring your knees in line with your hips and your wrists in line with your shoulders. Spread your fingers wide, tuck your toes under, and then push your bottom up towards the ceiling, coming into your inverted V. Pedal your feet left and right. Move your hips from side to side. Let's get into the back of our legs. And then from here, bring your big toes to touch. And then take your left foot to your right heel and then turn your toes out. A slight external rotation in your legs. Take your inhale to propel. As you exhale, slowly raise your left leg up to the ceiling. Belly and rib cage in without collapsing into your low back. And then inhale, tap your foot to your right heel. Exhale, lift up for me. Inhale to lower. 6 more. 6, 5, 4, 3, don't forget to breathe, 2, and on the 1 we're going to hold it up. Turn your toes to face the mat, bring your knee to your nose and then take your left foot in between your hands and lower your right knee down. Okay, scoot your right knee back a little bit. So just enjoy that yummy stretch in your right thigh. Place your hands on either side of your left foot. If you need to place blocks here to give yourself some height, then do so. I should have said that at the beginning of the class. Tuck your right toes under, take an inhale. And then as you exhale, raise your right knee. And as you do that, just push your right heel away from you. Notice the depth of muscle engagement that you start to feel. And then lower your right knee down. Exhale, lift, engage your glutes. Don't forget to take belly to spine. Inhale to lower. Let's do 6 more. 6, 5, look ahead. Keep your spine long. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Place your right knee down and tuck your toes if you want to, and place your right hand firmly down onto the mat. And take your left hand to the back of your hand. Maybe heel toe your left foot towards the long edge of the mat to give you some space. We're going to take elbow towards your wrist. So take an inhale, open up your chest, bit of spinal rotation, and then exhale, elbow towards your wrist. Don't worry if they don't connect. And then inhale, open up, mine doesn't connect. And then exhale, take it through again. Inhale to open. We've got 6 more. 6, and open. 5, make sure your left knee doesn't start to go off and do its own thing. 4, 2, and 1. Perfect. Place your left hand down to the mat. Tuck your right toes under. Lift up your right knee, come back into a plank, and then take your bottom towards the ceiling. Back into your inverted V. You can always walk your feet a little bit closer towards your hands if you feel that the stance between your hand and your feet are too far. And then from here, bring your big toes to touch. We do everything on this other side now. Take your right foot to your left heel, open up your hip. Take your inhale to prepare. Exhale, raise your right leg slowly, really engage your leg muscles, belly and rib cage, and we're not falling into our back. And then inhale, lower down. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. You've got 6 more. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold it up on the 1. Take your right foot in between your hands the best way you can and lower your left knee down. Place both hands on either side of your right foot. Scoot your left knee back. Enjoy that little yummy stretch. Okay, lengthen your spine. Again, place blocks under your hands if you need to. And then from here, take an inhale to prepare. Exhale, raise your left knee. Push your left heel back and really notice the engagement of your thigh muscles here. Make sure your glutes are active too. And then inhale, lower down. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. Give me 6 more. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. Lower your left knee down, untuck your left toes, and plant your left hand down onto the mat. And then just heel toe your right foot towards the long edge of the mat. Give yourself some space. Right hand to the back of your head. Take an inhale, open your chest up to the right. And then exhale, take your elbow towards your left arm. Inhale, open up. Exhale, rotate. Inhale. And exhale. We have 5 more, I think. Lift it up. And rotate. Inhale. And exhale. Give me 3 more. We've got this. 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. Lift it up. Place your hand down onto the mat. And then make your way to all 4. So we're going to come into candlestick legs. So come onto your left knee. And take your right leg out to the side. Check that your left knee is underneath your hip and your right foot is firmly planted onto the mat. Okay. And then you're going to lengthen up here. From here, place your hands down in front. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see what's happening and that way I don't flash you as well. Okay, so. Okay, we're lengthened, belly in, rib cage in, engage your glute muscle, and then you're going to place your hands down. From here, we're going to come into V-sit, back. So take your inhale, exhale, take your bottom towards your heel, and you'll notice the yummy stretch in your right leg as well. And then come back up. Exhale, bottom to heel. Inhale up. Exhale. And inhale. We've got 5 more. 5. and lift. And then we're going to move into a thread the needle variation. 4, and up. 3, and lift. 2 more. 2, and up. 1, and lift. Perfect. Hold it here for me. Left hand stays down. Take an inhale, reach your right arm all the way up towards the ceiling. Exhale, thread it through. Inhale, lift up. Exhale to thread. We've got 6 more. 6, so yeah, we're doing sort of sets of 8, reps of 8, sorry. Up for 5, and 4, and thread through. 3, and reach. Really rotate your spine as much as you can. 2, and thread. Last one. Up, and reach through. Perfect. Come all the way back up for me. And place your right hand down and take it to the other side. So, right knee underneath your hip. Take your left leg out to the side. Okay? And then from here, you could have stayed in that all fours position, or you can place your hands down onto the mat. Okay? Just check that everything feels comfortable in your body and that you're not leaning too much to the right. Try and stay centered as you can with your weight. Take your inhale, exhale, take it back. Inhale, forward. Exhale. So this is a really nice V-sit inner thigh stretch as well. And up. 6 more. 6. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Perfect. Just hold it here for me. Take your left arm all the way up towards the ceiling. Really reach, rotate your chest, rotate your spine. Exhale, thread it through. Inhale, reach up. Exhale to thread. We have 6 more, and then we're going to move into bridge. And through. 5, really reach up as if you're grabbing something from the ceiling. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Perfect. Place your left hand down onto the mat. Left knee underneath your hip, and then make your way onto your bum for me. And then slowly, when you're ready, make your way onto your back. So make the adjustment you need to in your body. Make sure there's not a big arch underneath your low back so you can take your hand all the way through, but at the same time you don't want to overly imprint your spine into the mat. You want something in between the two. Check that your feet are a comfortable distance away from your bum, so not too far, not too close, and your feet are roughly parallel, so your heels are behind your toes. Lengthen the crown of your head to the back of the mat. Don't worry about what's going on here. You want a nice long spine. And then release your shoulders away from your ears and place them down by your side. From from here, take your inhale to prepare, and as you exhale, slowly peel your spine off the mat, one vertebra at a time. Engage your belly to spine, rib cage, and check you're not overly arching your low back. If you find that you are, just tilt your pelvis a tiny bit up towards the ceiling, and then inhale, lower down. So exhale on the rise, inhale on the lower. Exhale, come up for me. Inhale down. We're going to do 6 more. 6. And lower. 5. And down. Give me 4 more. 4, really use your glute muscles to lift you up as well. Engage your thighs, create some support for your posterior chain, your back, and lower down. 3 more. 3. And down. Control on the way up and on the way down. 2. And lower. Keep your knees still, make sure they don't wobble around. Last one, up. And down. Perfect. Maybe use this as a moment, just bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself a quick little hug and roll from side to side. We're going to do that again, but this time we're going to bring our arms in. So place your feet back down onto the mat for me. And check that your feet are roughly hip distance apart, heels are behind your toes, and a comfortable distance from your bum. Arms by your side. Push your feet into the mat, engage your glutes, your thighs. Take your inhale to prepare, and as you exhale, peel your spine off the mat. Raise your arms up towards the ceiling and over your head. As you raise them over your head, your rib cage will start to flex. See if you can keep it sort of engaged towards your hips so you're not arching into your back. And then inhale, lower everything down with control. Exhale, lift up with control. Inhale, lower down. Try to make sure there's nothing in your way that you can end up knocking. Lift it up. And down. And this isn't about how high you can go into your bridge, so you can keep your shoulder blades connected to the mat. We're looking at building strength in our body. So create good support for your low back, long posture. Strong posture, I should say, actually. 4 more. 4. And lower. And this is also great for your arms, especially if you're tightening your shoulders. Great for mobility. Lifting up for 3. I'm sure I've lost count somewhere, but that's okay. And down. 2. And lower. Perfect. Last one. Lift up. And down. Nice. Just bring your knees back into your chest. So just give yourself a hug and roll from side to side. Okay. And place your feet back down onto the mat. And check that they're about hip distance apart. Arms by your side. We're just going to come into lying march. So we're just going to lie on our back and we're going to raise our knees alternately in line with our hip. So take your inhale to prepare. As you exhale, raise your right knee in line with your hip. And then inhale, lower down without arching your low back. Take it to the left, lift it up, and bring it down. Good. Exhale your right. Inhale to lower. Place your hands on your hip bones. Take it to the left and just check that your pelvis stays neutral and still. It doesn't rock around. Exhale on the right. Inhale to lower. Up 2. Don't forget to breathe. And 1. Perfect. Okay, from here, bring both knees in line with your hips. And then bring your feet to touch your toes and your heels. And we're going to extend our legs all the way out in front and then bring our knees back in line with our hips. Moving to our frog legs. So take your inhale to prepare. Exhale, extend your legs forward. Keep your low back connected to the mat. Try not to let it arch. If you find your back's arching, you extend your legs a little bit higher. And then bring it back in as you inhale. Exhale, extend. Inhale, bring it in. Good, we've got 6 more. 6. And in, really getting those deep core muscles. 5, your transverse muscles. And in, which helps to really support your spine. 4. And in. Let's do 3 more. 3. 2. And 1. Perfect. Give yourself a quick little hug. Okay. From here, place your feet back down onto the mat. We're going to do the same thing again, but this time we're going to create a flexion in our spine by lifting up our head and neck, so adding a bit of a crunch. So take your hands to the back of your head for me. From here, you take your inhale to prepare. As you exhale, lift up your head, neck and shoulders. Bring your right knee in line with your hip. Inhale, lower everything down. Take it to the left. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. Let's do 6 more. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Perfect. We're going to move into our frog legs. Keep your head down if you find it gets too much. But if you want to advance it, you can lift up your head, neck and shoulders. So bring your knees in line with your hips for me. Bring your big toes to touch, your heels to touch. Take an exhale, lift up your head, neck and shoulders. Elbows out to the side. Take your inhale to prepare. Exhale, extend your legs for me. Squeeze your inner thighs together. And then inhale, bring your knees back in line with your hips. You'll notice that your legs form a diamond, or kind of like a frog shape. And then bring it in. You've got 6 more. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Perfect. Bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself a hug. You definitely deserve it. And then when you're ready, let's roll onto our left side. Okay, so I don't know how people manage to keep their hair nice and tidy when they film, but that's definitely not me. Okay, so come onto your left side and rest your head in your hand, or you can extend your arm and rest your head on your arm like this, whatever works for you. Okay, bend your bottom knee and lengthen out your right leg. Take your right hand to your right hip and release your hip away from your rib cage. You might find there's a little space between the mat and your left side, and that's fine. Okay, so from here, raise your right leg in line with your hip, and then take your leg behind you in extension. As you do that, try not to lean forward with your chest. Keep your chest as upright as possible. And then from here, bring your right leg back in line with your hip. Good, let's do that again. Extend behind as you exhale. Inhale, bring it back in. Good, 6 more. 6. 5, really engage your glute muscles as you do that. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it behind. Tap your leg down to the mat. Lift it up. Down. And lower. Keep it in your extension. Down. And up. 5 more. Exhale. And inhale. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. Bring your knees together and then roll onto your belly for me. We're going to come into spinal extension, cobra extension. So, bring your feet a little bit wider than hip distance, hands by your chest, elbows ideally to the back of the room. Push your feet into the mat. The more you push your feet into the mat, the more you notice that your thigh muscles start to engage. Belly in, engage your glute muscles, but don't squeeze them too much. And then from here, you can take your inhale, and you're going to slowly lift up your head, neck and chest. Keep your rib cage connected, gaze forward. Exhale, lower everything down. Lift it up for me, really push your feet into the mat. And then lower down. 6 more. 6. And down. 5. And lower. 4. And down. 3. And lower. 2. And down. 1. And lower. Perfect. Just take your bottom to your heel for me. Just come into a nice little resting pose. Lengthen out your spine. Just connect with how you're feeling. And then we're just going to go onto our right side into the leg sequence there. Okay, make your way onto your right side for me. If you're looking as disheveled as I am, it's fine. And then take the variation that works for you. You can rest your head in your hand or extend your arm out. Bend your right knee for me. And then take your left hand to your left hip and then lengthen your hip away. Yeah? So you create space between your hips and your ribs. Okay, so from here, raise your left leg in line with your hip. Take your inhale. As you exhale, take your left leg into extension. Be aware of what's around you. Try not to let your chest collapse, and then bring your left leg back in line with your hip. And then take it behind and to the front. Good. 6 more. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Hold it there. Tap your left foot down and up. Down and up. 6 more. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Perfect. Bring your knees back in line with your hip. Then make your way onto your belly for me. We're almost at last exercise. Place your hand on top of each other and let your forehead rest on your hand. Okay? Bring your feet wider than hip distance. Bend your knees and bring your heels together. We're going to come into thigh raises. So flex your feet. Take your inhale here. As you exhale, lift your thighs off the mat. Really engage your glute muscles and then lower down. Again, lift it up and down. 6 more. 6 and down. Don't worry about how high you can get your thighs off the mat. Lift and lower. Up and down. 4 more. Exhale up. Inhale to lower. 3, 2, and 1. Hold it there. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest it down. Release your legs and just give your bum a bit of a shake. Perfect. Brilliant. And from here, make your way to all fours. When you bring your knees in line with your hips, wrists in line with your shoulders. Just come into a bit of spinal flexion and extension. From here, take your inhale to prepare. Take your bottom to the ceiling, belly to the mat, chest through your arms. Exhale, chin to chest, around your spine. Push the floor away. Inhale. And exhale. 1 more. Inhale. And exhale. Come to tabletop position and then make your way to a comfortable seated position. Okay. From here, take an inhale, raise your arms all the way up towards the ceiling. Exhale, twist to the right. Right hand behind you, left hand to the outside of your knee. Lengthen and twist. Inhale, reach all the way up. Exhale to the left. Lengthen your spine and twist a little bit more. Inhale, reach all the way up. Bring your hands together down to heart center. Thank you for joining me in class today.